Hi, we're SafeWaterHeater.com and we are here to share with you guys a review of Bodum Bistro electric water kettle. A kettle is an essential apparatus in the kitchen. The majority of us are in the propensity for having tea or espresso at little interims during our daily work, and possessing an electric kettle necessarily make your life simple. With such a large number of beautiful pot in the market nowadays, you can put one ideal around your work area any place you are working. What is increasingly advantageous is that they are cordless, implies you don't need to stress over the free line or where to switch it. Place it close to you while at work and continue having your preferred beverage. The decisions are boundless. You do not need to restrain yourself to negligible tea or espresso. Make various types of drinks like dark tea, green tea, or some other homegrown tea you get your hands on. The proficient kettle nowadays warms water inside a couple of minutes. As well as you have the decision to warm your water at a particular temperature. Producers include a lot of extravagant accessories into your conventional fundamental kettle, making them progressively helpful in innovation road. The principal preferred position of the plastic kettle is their cost. They are normally shoddy. They are feathery and are anything but difficult to convey any place without stressing over accidental drops and blows. Not just in the kettle, in general, all family unit items individuals are being skeptical about utilizing made of plastic things. The reason being the most recent logical research that demonstrates a large portion of this plastic may have BPA that can break out of plastic in bubbling water or other eatable things. No one needs synthetic concoctions in some tea or espresso. These plastics composed of polycarbonate or polypropylene during their production procedure, and BPA is detected in polycarbonate. Regardless of whether makers guarantee that their item is free of BPA, the more significant part of despite everything, they don't have a sense of security with a plastic kettle. Other than being a genuine well-being risk, plastic interacting with high-temp water can leave a slight difference in flavor or scent in your tea or espresso. In this way, customers are increasingly maintaining a strategic distance from the plastic kettle because of these reasons. A portion of the plastic kettle is utilizing tempered steel inside too. Indeed, even these kettle are using bunches of plastic bits. A helpful apparatus that numerous individuals swear by is an electric kettle. Shockingly, an electric kettle isn't only useful for bubbling water. The minimal and convenient machine could be of extraordinary assistance in setting up a lot of different bites and refreshments inside minutes. Regardless of whether you are an enthusiastic espresso darling or a hosteler in affection with light night noodles, Bodum Bistro electric kettles are your ideal sidekick. The sole reason for the tea kettle is to heat water. Water for espresso and some cookery purpose does not need to be bubbled. However, new, cold water that is entirely heated to the point of boiling is essential for delectable tea. Even though it is related to preparing tea. He kettle's substance makes phenomenal moment beverages or stock that are additionally topped with bubbling water or to deliver mist for helping colds. Electric kettle, accessible in both corded as well as cordless style, rapidly warms water for use in making teas, espressos, different beverages just as stock and grains. The gadgets contain laps include that shields your water against overheating and vaporizing. They likewise incorporate an inward warming component and arrive in an assortment of size and structures. As stovetop kettle, electric kettle carries numerous parts that all toil jointly to finish the bubbling procedure. There is a portion of the imaginative ways you can utilize an electric kettle. Regardless of whether you travel a ton, you without much of a stretch. Take the electric kettle with you to get ready tea, espresso, or some other moment refreshments or tidbits that you like. An electric kettle is quite helpful in and in life. A typical issue for each hosteler is the issue of food. Regardless of how fresh and huge and chaos could be, you will consistently want to make kind of all alone or have tiffin of individual understudy. Since in and a wreck is encouraged to make nourishment as general sustenance with everything low on the meter. First is, bubble water, make tea and espresso of any sort, with or without milk, make noodles, pasta, and even macaroni, make variety soups. What is more, we realize that the plastic material is protected. It can hold water warm and not hotter to contact. All postulations are the benefits of this plastic kettle. Conclusion: regardless of whether like tea or a coffee, the Bodum Bistro electric water kettle is the chief of any kitchen without which you can't manage. Easy to utilize, and on and off switch is incorporated with the hand grip for an ideal grasp. Try not to stress over leaving your kettle before it has bubbled, as the counter bubble get innovation will consequently turn dry the kettle when the water arrives at breaking point. In pretty much 4 or a few minutes you have bubbling water to use for soups, coffee, tea, or some other culinary need. The Bistro kettle produced using Sanspa plastic and treated steel and arrive in an assortment of ravishing hues that create an impression on any kitchen counter. Accessible in 34-ounce and also 17-ounce models, they are an unquestionable requirement have for any apartment, pontoon, RV, condo or home.